Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what are the different types of identifiers we have in Java? Let me answer. There are different types of identifiers in Java. But before that, what exactly are identifiers? Identifiers are nothing but the names given to various programming elements in Java. There are a lot of programming elements in Java that we can name with to identify them. Why we name a particular element, a programming element in Java? We want to recognize it separately by giving it a name. Okay, that's the reason for giving a name. Those things or those programming elements in Java that we would like to call with a name are nothing but can be called as identifiers in Java, guys. And what are those programming elements in Java that can be named and can be called as identifiers? The examples are variables, methods, classes, interfaces, labels, packages, enums, type parameters or generics, and many more. Whatever the things in Java that you can name with are nothing but identifiers in Java. So in variables, we can subcategorize into local variables, constants, instance variables, static variables. Okay. All these type of variables can be given a name and hence they can be called. These variables as a whole or this different category of variables can be called as identifiers. We can also, while creating the methods, we have to give some name to the method. So we can call them as identifiers, then classes, then interfaces, even methods constructors also will be given some name. So they also can be called as identifiers because anything in Java that can be given some names like methods, constructors, classes, interfaces, labels, packages, enums, generics, and many more, guys. So let me practically demonstrate these examples of these things or programming elements that can be named in Java and they can be called as identifiers in Java. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll just name this class as, I'll give it some random name, say class 1. So let the dialog come and say class 1, guys. And with main method, I'll create, click on finish. Once I do that, I'll get this main method. So here, while creating a class, what name I have given to this class? Class 1. Now class becomes an identifier because I'm especially want to identify the class with by giving it a name. So class 1 is one such kind of identifier. Okay. So inside this class, we can create some variables and methods. For example, I'll create some variables. The variables can be local variables or global variables. Here, instance and static will come under global variables, guys. Okay. I can subcategorize them again. Global variables. So variables in Java can be local variables or global variables. Global variables are nothing but this instance static variable. First, I'll go with the local variables, the variables that can create inside a method. For example, here we have a main method. Inside this method, if I create a variable, that variable is called as a local variable. For example, int a is equal to 5. Here, the name of the variable that I have given is a. Okay, int a is equal to 5. So here naming, okay, the variable is named with some name like a, etc. So variable is also an identifier. Coming to the constants, okay. Coming to the constants, we can create some constants like this. For example, here I'll create a global variable. Say int b is equal to int b. I'll say final here. The moment I say final here, you see this variable should and must be initialized at the same line. So I'll just initialize it with some value 10 and you cannot modify the value of this particular thing. It's no more a variable, it's a constant. Okay, the value will not change. If you try to update the value of this particular variable, I can keep static also here. Okay, that's also fine. And if I try to update the value from 10 to 15 like this, I'm going to get an error saying that the field class 1.b cannot be assigned. You cannot modify the value of the constants. Okay. So, but we have to give the name to the constants. Okay. Constants are the kind of variables which are specified with final modifier, and those initially assigned value cannot be updated. For these local variables, if they are not final type, we can update them. They are variables, guys. So these are the examples of local variables and constants. Then we have global variables, the variables that are directly created under the class and outside the methods. You see, for example, this variable b is can fall into the global variable category. I can create few more variables. int c is equal to 8. Then int d is equal to some say 9. I can do that, okay? These are global variables because they are directly created under the class and outside the methods. And these global variables can be again categorized into two types, instance variables and static variables. If I put a static keyword, okay, that global variable will become a static global variable. If I don't put static here, it will become a instance variable, instance global variable. So all this variety of variables that I'm talking about, it can be local variables, constants, global, that is instance variables, and static variables, need to be given some name. Okay. And coming to the methods, you see here main method, according to the syntax of Java, this particular main method from which the execution will start. So the name of the main method should be main only. If you change it, it is no more a main method and execution will not start. So I can create few more methods in Java like this public void sample one. Here the name of the method I gave is sample one is the name of the method I gave. So you can name the methods. So methods also fall into identifiers because these are the program methods are programming elements that you can name in Java. Okay. Identifiers in Java are nothing but the names given to various programming elements. Okay. The elements that we can name in Java can be called as identifiers. Okay. Then classes, I already told you we can name the class. So they can that falls under the identifiers category. What are the different identifiers in Java means you can give all these examples of these programming elements that can be named in Java, guys. Okay. Then you can create an interface, guys. Instead of creating a class, you can right click select here, and instead of selecting this class option, you can select an interface and give a name here. Interface, let's say one. Okay. Like this, instead of creating a class, I'll create an interface. So public interface one will be created. You see the name I have given is interface. Okay. Then we have labels. So let's go to this main method and create some, okay, label code. You can label anything, guys. Okay. Inside this, I can label anything like label, where one or some name I'll give for the label. Okay. So here, what is that? I'm missing anything. Label ABC colon. I don't think I can give labels like this. Let's say I'll create a for loop. If I remember, int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, here can I write a label? Label yes colon. Okay, so what is the problem here? Hold the mouse on this. I did a mistake somewhere. Create label cannot be resolved. Label or okay. Okay, I have to give some name to the thing. That's it, I guess. I don't have to say label there. I just have to give the name. Say yes. This is a label, guys. The name of the label is sample label. Okay. I don't have to mention the keyword label here that I forgot. Okay. So sorry for that. So I directly have to give the name followed by the colon symbol. At any line we can give, for example, here and say label 2. Can I give label 2 here? No, I guess so. Labels are not allowed everywhere. So this kind of for loops I have used earlier. So int j is equal to 0, j less than 6, j plus plus. Now this kind of loops, right? We can give the labels. Okay. Sample label 2. Sample label 2. Int j is equal to 0. You see, we can give labels like this, and we can break, for example, using some logic. If I is equal to j, then break followed by the label name, that is sample label 2. Label sample label 2, you can break like this. You can write the logic, guys, and these labels can be given some name. In Java, labels can be given some name, hence they can also fall into the programming elements that can be named in that can be given name in Java and can be called as identifiers. Then we have packages. Here we are creating a lot of packages, right? Whenever we want to create a package, let's say new package I want to create, new package, HI pack I want to create. Okay. Right click new pack, select package option and create package. A package with the name HI pack has been created. So we have named the package. So it also falls into identifier. We can create enums. I don't want to explain enums in detail, but in the upcoming videos, I'll try to answer as part of the interview questions. So here we can select enum option. And here we can give some enum one name or something like some random name. Click on finish, and an enum will be created. Enum name. Okay, what is this enum and all? Let's not dig there. for now we are figuring out like what are the different type of identifiers in Java that we can name. Okay, all the programming elements in Java that can be named or called as identifiers. Here, enums also will fall into the category because we can name them with some name. Okay. Then we have generics. For example, I'll go here and here I'll create a generic here. For example, I'll create an array list. Array list, a list is equal to new array list. Okay. And here these parts are called as generics, guys. For example, here if I say less than greater than symbol, okay, and here I have to provide the type of the objects. Okay, these are generics generally. Okay, we can name these generics. Okay, with the different class names and all. I can import this from java.util package, and not only this one, guys. I will create a new class. For example, here in the same one, class 2. I'll say here I'll write down here beside this I can give some name, okay, like T or something like that. I'll give this is the name given to this generic type of this particular class. The name that is we can since we can use generics to name the classes, like I mean generic types also we can name, that I mean to say. So since we can also name the generics also will fall into the programming elements that can be named. Instead of T I can say A also here, capital A or something. I can name this generic type with anything. So that's the reason generics are also programming elements in Java that can be named. Hence, they can also be called as identifiers. And there are many other stuff in Java, guys, okay, that we can, name them. For example, if you want to create an object for this class, I can also bring object reference. Object reference is also falls into the identifiers because we can name the object references. Okay. So let's say new class one, I'm going to create an object for the class one, and I'll say C1 is equal to C1 is the name I'm giving for this class one. And I'll say class one as a declaration. You see here, I have named this object reference with some name. Hence, this object reference programming element can be named in Java. We can also call them as identifiers. Okay. All these are the examples. There may be many more that I may be missing, but these are something that I can recollect and give you an examples for the different type of identifiers we have in Java. I hope that I covered a lot of identifiers for you in Java. The programming elements in Java that can be named in Java are called as identifiers. And these are the examples with practical demonstration. I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can identifiers in Java can be named as Java keywords? There are some predefined keywords in Java. With those keyword names, can we name the identifiers? Okay, like when you are naming the variables in Java, when you are naming the methods in Java, when you are naming the classes in Java, we generally call that as identifiers. We can give some user-defined name for those identifiers, right? Like variables, methods, classes, interfaces, object references, enums, and many other stuff. Okay? Identifiers are nothing but the names given to various programming elements in Java programming, like variables, methods, constructors, classes, interfaces, and so on. But can we give the names for such kind of programming elements with the Java predefined keyword names? The answer is no, guys. Okay. In Java, we cannot name this identifiers with the predefined Java keyword names. Let me practically demonstrate this for you. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE. I'll take a very simple example here. And I'll create a new class. I just name this class as class 2, let's say some random name. With main method, I'll create. Inside the main method, I'm going to create a variable. If I create a variable like this, int a is equal to 5, there is no problem in that. Why? Because I have named this variable with some user-defined name like a. Okay, there is no problem in that. Some user-defined name is there. What if I try to give the name of the variable with a predefined keyword? Okay, so let's say new keyword. New is equal to 10. Can I do that? Can I name a variable with a new keyword? New is a predefined keyword in Java. Or I can, if I try to give void is also predefined keyword in Java. Can I give public here as a name of the variable? No, you cannot give that. You will get errors like this. You see, invalid variable declarator ID. Okay. So if I give B, it will take fine, no problem. If I name this variable or if I name some methods with them with some predefined keywords, whatever the things in this program which are highlighted in purple color by Eclipse IDE are nothing but the predefined keywords. There are a lot of predefined keywords. Even int is also a predefined keyword. If I give int here, that is also a problem. If I give double here, you cannot. You see, syntax error, double invalid variable declarator ID. Okay, that's a problem. So if I give B here, you see, it's fine. Okay, if I give B here, int A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, that's fine. But you cannot give the variable names or method names or constructor names or class names or interface names or enum names or any other programming elements in Java that can be named as identifiers cannot be given the names as predefined Java keyword names. There are a lot of Java keywords we have, guys. Okay, there are a big list of Java keywords. Okay, new is another keyword. Then we have, there is a super keyword. There is extends keyword. Extends is another keyword. You see, I cannot give such kind of names. Okay, when I'm giving predefined keyword names, I'm getting errors. If I give some user-defined names for the variables, I'm not getting any error. So hope guys you got an idea and answer for this question with practical demonstration. Can identifiers, that is the names given to various programming elements in Java, can be named with the same names as a Java predefined keyword names? The answer is no, we cannot do that. Java will give you the compiler error. So what will happen when you try to do that? You'll get compiler error or compiler errors, whatever it is. Okay. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, are Java variables case sensitive? The answer is yes. Java variables are case sensitive. Let me practically demonstrate. So I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE and here I'm going to create a new class with some random name. I'll right click on this package and create a new class. I'll just name this class as, let's say, class 3 with some method, say main method. Inside this method, I'll create a variable, say A is equal to 5. Now I'll create one more variable, but here I'll say capital A is equal to 10. Okay. If I print out system.out.println, if I print out capital A, what will be printed? 5 will be printed or 10 will be printed. So here variables are, the naming of the variables is case sensitive. Okay. The variables in Java are case sensitive. So this lowercase letter named variable A is different from uppercase or capital case named variable. Okay. So they both are different, guys. Okay. It is an alphabet A. It's also an alphabet A. But this alphabet A is in lowercase, whereas this alphabet A is in uppercase. So Java will treat them as different things. Okay. Now here if I say system.out.println lowercase a, here 5 should be printed, but here 10 should be printed. Okay, that's what should be the case. Let's run this code and see whether we are getting the output as 10 and 5. When you are printing the capital A, 10 should be printed. When you are printing the lowercase a, 5 should be printed. Even though both are A's, but this is a lowercase letter A and this is uppercase named variable A. Okay, so that's the reason this program itself will prove that Java variables are case sensitive in the form of naming. Okay, when you name the variables, okay, you have to make sure you are considering this case sensitiveness where the lowercase thing is different from the uppercase. Okay, so that's all for this session with practical demonstration. I've answered this question for you that are Java variables case sensitive? Obviously, yes. So thank you. Bye bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can we call the same method multiple times in Java? The answer is yes. In Java, we can call the same method multiple times. Let me practically demonstrate and prove you how we can call the same method multiple times in Java. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE and create a normal class with some random name. I'll just name this class with some random name, say class 4 with the main method, let's say. And here the class 4 has been created with some main method. Now I'll create one more method, guys, that is public void, that is public static void sample, I'll say sample one method or sample method, whatever you want to create. Now here I'll write down system.out.println inside sample one method. Okay. Now, so when I run the code, this method will not be executed until I call this particular method from the main method. So I'll call this method here. I'll just paste it here, put a semicolon. So now this particular sample1 method is called from the main method. How many times? Only one time. So what will happen? The sample1 method will be called only one time, and inside sample1 method will be printed. Okay, inside sample1 method will be printed as like this. Now, the question here is, can we call the same method multiple times in Java? I'm saying the answer is yes. Here, how many times I call this sample1 method? Only one time. So if I copy paste this one multiple times, let's say 5 times, this same method will be called 5 times. This is a method calling statement which will call this method for the first time. This is a method calling statement which will call this method for second time. This is a method calling statement which will call this same method for third time. The method calling statement which will call the same method for the fourth time. This is a method calling statement which will call the same method for the fifth time. If I run this code, right click run as Java application, observe that the same method will be called multiple times, and hence to prove that in the output inside sample1 method, print statement has been run 5 times because the same method has been called multiple times. This program proves that the same method can be called multiple times. Okay, it's not compulsory that you have to call a method only one time. You can call the same method multiple times from the same method. Okay, so the answer is yes. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can we create a class with the same name under different projects in Java? The answer is yes. Within the same package, you cannot create a class having the same name. But if the same name class is created as part of another package, inside the same project, there is no problem at all. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate and prove you how the answer is yes. Yes, we can create classes with the same name under different packages in Java. Okay. So for that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID and, here, as you can see, guys, there is this package is ghpack. I'll just give some name, guys. Okay. I'll create a class with some name in this package. I'll just name this class as sample. Okay. Sample1 class. Okay. The name of the class I'm giving as sample1 class. I'll copy this name because I want to create one more class with the same name. Click on finish. Now inside this package, inside this GH package of this project, sample1 class has been already created. What if I try to create one more class under the same package with the same name, the same class name? I'm just pasting it. You see, already sample1 class is created. I'm trying to create one more class with the same name under the same package. Immediately Java, immediately this Eclipse ID editor is giving me an error saying type already exists. Okay, that means you cannot create. You see, finish button is also not coming. Until I change the name of this class, I cannot create a duplicate class. So what if I do something since Eclipse ID is not allowing me? So I'll go to the same sample1 class. I'll go to the same sample1 class within the same package, inside the same Java file. I'll say class, same name I'll give, sample1. I'll try to create a duplicate class with the same name. You see, immediately I'm getting a error saying over the mouse on this and say that the type sample1 is already defined. That means class already there. So in a single package, only one time you can create this class. With the same name, if you try to create a class under the same package for second time, it won't be possible. But it will be possible if you create the same class, sample1 class, as part of another package. Here you see there is one more package known as HI pack. This is GH pack in which sample1 class has been created. Now I'm going to create the same class in a different package now. There is HI package. I'm right clicking and creating that sample1. You see I can create now without any problem. You say the same class I can create in the same project when this two classes having the same name belong to the different package, whereas sample1 belong to GH pack, whereas sample1 belong to HI pack. Since they belong to the different packages, it is allowed in Java projects. Okay. But in the same package, we cannot create the classes having the same name. But if they belong to the different packages of the project, then with the same name, we can create classes in Java. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what will happen when you assign null value to a string and then print the size of the string. So the answer is we'll get null pointer exception. When the string is pointed to a null value, and if you're trying to find the size or retrieve and print the size of the string in that particular Java program, you are going to get a null pointer exception. Let me practically demonstrate this for you. For that, I'll switch to the Eclipse IDE. Here, I'm going to create a new class. So I'll just name this class with some different name, some random name. I'll right click on this package and select a new class. I'll just name this class as a class 5 and with main method I'll create. And inside the main method, I'm going to create a string and I'm going to assign some null value to the string. String str is equal to null. Okay. String str is equal to null. Now, in this kind of situation, when the string is assigned with a null value, and if I try to print the value of str here when the string is pointed to null, and if I try to perform some operation, okay, if I print the string, no problem will come because string is assigned with null, so null will be printed. Okay, when I run this code, null value will be printed in the output without any problem. You see, null will be printed. But what if you try to perform some operation on this string, which is pointed to null? There comes the problem. Because here you are trying to find the or print the size of the string. How to find the size of the string? There is a length predefined method in Java using which you can find the size of string. But currently, string is assigned with a null value. Since the string is assigned with a null value or pointing to a null value, and if you try to perform any operation on such kind of string which is pointed to null value, not only this length, if you try to perform any other operation, okay, by calling its methods or whatever it is, these kind of operations will result in null pointer exception. Okay, run this code and observe that in the output, we'll get null pointer exception because you're trying to find the size of the string who is pointing to null value. So an exception will come in Java, that is null pointer exception, which is the answer for this question. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can a normal method can call other normal methods in Java? The answer is yes. It's not only the main method can call other methods in Java, but also the non-main methods, that is normal methods in Java, can also call the other methods in Java. Let me practically demonstrate how this is possible in Java. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE. And here I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as some random name I'll give. Let's say class 6. Okay. Here, in this, I'm going to create a main method first. Now, once the class 6 is created with some random name and some main method got created, now along with the main method, I'll create one more method, public static void, which is not a main method. This is a main method from where which the execution will start, but other method I'm giving some name like, sample1 method. I'll also create one more method that is public static void sample2 method, sample2 method. Like this, I'll create some methods guys. Okay. Now, you see, from main method, I can call this normal method, which is not a main method. Okay. How to call that? I'll just call this statement. Okay. I'll just create a method calling statement for this method. So when the program execution starts, the main method will start executing. The program execution will start from the main method and the sample1 method will be called. Before calling that, I'll just print out system.out.println start of main method. Okay. Otherwise, inside main method, I'll say inside main method. Once the sample1 method is called, who is calling the sample1 method? This is normal method being called by the main method. So here I'll print it out. If the normal sample1 main method is called, I'll simply print out inside sample1 method. This is also done. Now, the question here is, can a normal method, which is not a main method, can call other normal methods in Java or not? The answer is yes. To prove that, I will make the sample1 method call the sample2 method, which is also not a main method. It's a normal method. You see, here a normal method, which is sample1 method, is going to call another normal method that is sample2. Here I'll write down system.out.println inside sample2 method. inside sample2 method. Okay. Like this, I can call guys. Not only the main method can call this method, but this normal method also can call other methods also. If I run this code, you see that first inside main method will be printed and sample one with method will be called inside sample one method will be printed and it will call sample2 method and inside sample2 method will be printed. This proves that a normal method in Java can also, okay, call another normal method in Java, guys. A normal method can call other normal method in Java. That is possible. This proves that. So with the practical demonstration, I've answered how a normal method in Java can call other normal methods in Java. The answer is yes. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can we place the main method after a normal method inside a class in Java? The answer is yes. We can place the main method after a normal method inside the Java class. That means that main method no need to be in the first position inside the class always. It can be in the last position also. There can be many methods starting inside a class and at the end we can still have the main method. There is no such rule that main method should be in the first position inside the class when compared to other methods. So main method can be at any position inside the class. It can be after a normal method, it can be in the beginning, it can be at the end of the class, etc. For that to work, anyhow, the execution will start from the main method, no matter what the position of the main method in the class is when compared to other methods. So the answer is yes. Can we place the main method after a normal method inside the class? Answer is yes. Let me demonstrate this in a practical way. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE. I'm going to create a new class. Right click on the package and select the new class. I'll just name this class as class 7. Let's say class 7 and click on finish. So some random name I gave for the class. The class is getting created. Just in a while, the class will be created. Inside the class, I'm going to create a method that is public void. Let's say normal method I'm creating. You see, in the first position, I'm not putting the main method to confirm you or to prove you that the main method no need to be in the first position. Okay, a normal method can be in the first position inside the class. So inside sample method of class 7, let's say, and here after this normal method, I'm going to create a main method, public static void main string of args. Okay. Now inside this, I'm going to write a statement system.out.println, and here I'll say inside main method. And from the main method, I would like to call this sample method. That's okay. You can call it. Okay. Here, as you can see, the problem is this method also has to be static in order for me the static method to directly call another static method. So fine. You see, the main method can be at any position. It may not be in the first position. It can be in the last position or it can be in the middle position. Doesn't matter. A normal method can come before the main method and still the things will work. When I run this code, the execution will start from the main method that is at the 11th line. And here it will print inside main method. After that, the sample method will be called and inside sample method of class 7 will be printed. Run this code and you will see that without any problem, the program will get executed despite of being the main method is in the last position instead of the first position. It can be at any position. You see, inside main method, inside sample method of class 7. So hope guys with practical demonstration, you got an answer for this question. That is the answer is yes. Can we place main method after a normal method inside the class? It obviously yes guys. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can a main method return anything back to the JVM in Java? Let me answer. The answer is no. Main method will not return anything back to the JVM, the Java virtual machine, which actually invokes it. Okay. The execution in the Java program starts from the main method with the help of JVM, that is Java virtual machine calls this main method. After the main method gets executed, in return, does main method return anything back to the JVM? It will not return anything back to the JVM. Hence, always the return type of the main method is always void. Okay. This is the reason behind that the main method won't return anything back to the JVM. Let me practically demonstrate. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll just name this class with some random name, let's say class 8. Okay, and click on finish. Inside this class 8, I'm going to create a method that is public static void main string of args. Like this, I'll create a main method. Okay, so and here inside the main method, I'll write some statement, some sample statements, say inside main method. Now run the code. Okay, just save this and run the code. After the main method gets executed, this main method will not return anything back to the JVM. So what happens internally when you run the program is JVM will look after this main method. If it detects a main method, JVM is going to run the code starting from the main method, and all the code inside the main method will get executed. And after the main method gets executed, okay, that's all guys. Main method is not going to do anything else. It will not return anything back to the JVM. Hence void is mentioned here. Void means return type is nothing. Void is a return type saying that main method is not going to return anything back to the JVM that it has invoked it. So inside main method got printed the statement that is there in the main method, and the main method is not returning anything back to the JVM, which has actually invoked it or called it. Fine. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain stack overflow error in Java. Let me answer. We have something known as JVM, Java Virtual Machine, which runs the Java programs. So JVM will allocate some stack memory to any Java program up to a maximum of, let's say maximum to maximum 4 MB max. Okay. So if that particular memory is completely utilized, and if the memory is going beyond that, okay, the program is taking more than that allocated memory, that is more than 4 MB, if that Java program is taking, in that case, we are going to get this stack overflow error in the output. Okay, when you run such kind of programs, which, you know, which take more memory than the allocated memory for the Java program by JVMs, like up to 4 MB max. That also in most of the cases, general programs don't need so much of stack memory, guys. 4 MB is more than enough. That is a maximum point anyhow. So, but in which situation this kind of error will come? You see, let's say you are creating a program where a particular method is being recursively called. The same method is calling itself, okay, without any exit. The same method is calling itself without any exit, like it's going into some kind of infinite loop. To some extent in the output, that particular recursively called method will run without any problem. But when every time a particular method is called, some memory from the stack memory allocated by this JVM will be utilized. Okay. So again, the same method is called again some memory will be utilized. So in that case, what happens is repeatedly it will go to a level where the complete memory, okay, which is allocated that for that particular program by JVM stack memory, will be completely utilized by the program, and it will try to surpass that limit. Okay, the program will try to take more memory than that is allocated by JVM. In such kind of cases, we are going to get stack overflow error. Anyhow, to make this concept more understandable, I'll create a program and practically show you how that works. Okay. So guys, I'll do one thing. I'll just create a new class here. I'll just give me a second. I'll just delete this and create a new class. The same name, class 9. Some random name guys. Okay, you can give any name while creating a class. There's no problem in this. I'll just create a class, say class 9 with main method I'll create. And the class with the main method will be created. And this comment, I'll remove that. This comment, I'm going to remove that. And also here, I'm going to create one more method, that is public static void sample, some sample method, that's it. Okay. So here I'll provide some parameter, let's say, and just for the example sake, I'm creating this. So when I have to call this particular sample method from the main method, I have to call like this sample and I have to pass some value. I'll pass one, let's say. I'll pass one. Now here I'll write down system.out.println inside sample method. And along with that, I'll also print, I would like to print the value of this parameter, that is A. Okay. One will be assigned. And now once this statement is printed, I would like to call this sample method by itself. Okay. From the same sample method, I'll call this method. Okay. So I'll say A plus plus here, A plus plus. I'll increment the value of A here, and I would like to call the method. Okay. So I can also say something like the sample of A plus plus also I can say, no problem. Okay. Sample of A plus plus. What will happen? How the program will run first, main method will be called, some memory will be allocated. The Java program, this Java program will utilize some memory in that allocated stack memory by the JVM. Some stack memory will be allocated. So after that, a method calling will be done and it will go here. Control will go here. Again, some memory will be allocated in the stack memory by the program because this method is called and all those stuff. Now, while the program is getting executed, it is printing inside sample method. Initially, value 1 is there, 1 will be printed inside sample method 1. And after that, sample of A plus plus, again, from the same method itself, we are calling the same method, guys. Sample of A plus plus means A plus plus will become 2. A will become 2. So here, sample 2 will be called inside sample method 2 will be printed. Again, some sample stack memory will be allocated, some static stack memory will be allocated. Now sample 3 will be called, and there is no end to this cycle. The value of A will get incremented, and that many number of times the sample method will be called, and there is no limit for that. Hence, it keeps on repeating, calling the method by itself until the situation comes where JVM has only allocated up to a maximum. Let's assume that up to a maximum 4 MB JVM has allocated. If this memory allocation in that particular stack memory allocated for this program by JVM is finished. Now the time comes when this method will call, next method calling will happen. It will look for allocating some memory, okay, occupying some memory in that allocated stack memory, but there is no memory left out. In that case, we are going to get this exception known as or error known as stack overflow error in the output. Okay, run this code. You will see that to some extent print statement inside sample method 1 will be printed, and after that you will get error. You see the program has run very fast. Okay, so inside sample method 1, inside all ones have come. Maybe, okay, I'll say plus plus A, otherwise let's see what will happen. Because before incrementing it is passing, so that's the problem. This time it will work fine, guys. Okay, plus plus A will work fine. So let's see this time. How many times the method has been called? We can see that from the beginning. Okay, I cannot see here 7. Okay, so there is some problem here. Let me run the program again. Just see here, it was very fast, guys. It was very quick and fast. I cannot see, like maybe it's not able to accommodate so much of space here. Don't know. Okay, so maybe some number is coming, that's okay. So what it is printing, sample method int A plus plus A and all those stuff. Okay, sample 1 should be called inside sample 1 should be printed first, but here some number is increasing, guys. It went up to this number, guys. Okay, maybe it cannot show you all the output, right? Because lengthy output is there. So you see up to 8417 is the output. Okay, last time it has called the sample method is how many times it called the same sample method? 8417 times this method has been recursively called, and till that stack memory allocated by JVM was sufficient. But next time 8480 times when it was trying to call, the memory got completely got occupied. That stack memory got completely occupied, and there is no other space for this new method calling should happen. So that's where stack overflow error has come. Okay, that's where the stack overflow error has come. It kept on giving the error. So this is one program, guys, where you can get a stack overflow error. Okay, in the output. Okay, this is where you will get stack overflow error in Java, and that is the reason for that. Okay. So JVM allocates some kind of memory, stack memory for a particular every program in the Java programs, and the Java program can consume up to that 4 MB. If that particular memory allocated is completely occupied and if still not enough, then JVM cannot allocate more than that. So in that cases, the program cannot consume more memory. In such situations, program will print out, give out in the output will give you stack overflow error because there is no memory left out to call that particular method recursively anymore. Okay. So with this practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can we create class with same name under same package in Java programs? The answer is no. Inside a single class, you cannot create the same duplicate class again. Only one time you can create a class with some name, and using the same name, if you try to create another class inside the same package of the project in Java, you're going to get compiler error. Java will not allow you to do so first of all. Okay. So to demonstrate this and show you and prove you this in a practical way, let me switch to the Eclipse IDE. Here you see guys, already class1.java is already created. I'll try to create the same class guys. Okay. I'll try to create the same class with the same name. That means already a class is created with the name class1. So if I try to create the same class1 here, you see I'm not getting the enabled option here for finish. And also here you can see on the dialog box that type already exists. Okay. A class with the name class1 already exists in this package, but you can create in separate package guys. Okay. With the same name, with the same class name, you can go to another package and create, but in the same package, you cannot have more than one class having the same name. Okay. Only one class with some name can exist. If you want to create more than one class with the same name inside the same package, that is not possible. With the different in different package, it is possible, but not in the same package. Okay. That's why option finish is not coming. So I'll do one thing. I'll just go here to another package here and create a class, let's say class1. You see, it will be possible because in this package, class1 doesn't exist so far. So click on finish, you see, in a different package, I'm able to create the class with the same name, but in the same package, I cannot do that. So, and also I'll show you one more thing, like what if Eclipse IDE is not allowing me to create the duplicate class, right? So I'll do one thing. I'll just say class2 here. I'll just say class2, click on finish. So inside this HI pack, I'm creating class2. Now I'll create one more class here in the same Java file, that is class with the same name, that is class2. This time Eclipse, it's not about Eclipse, right? Eclipse ID is not stopping you from creating a class by disabling the finish option or creating option. Now, Java compiler is giving the error. The type class2 is already defined here. How can you create again? Only one time you can create. Inside the single package, only one time you can create the class having that name. To try to create a class with the same name again, whether it is inside the Java file or within the same package, okay? Java will not allow you to, otherwise you'll get okay, compiler error as I shown you. With in different packages we can create okay. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. How it is no, that is, can we create class with the same name? Okay, can we create class with the same name under same package? The answer is no. Okay, can we create multiple classes? I can say multiple classes here, or more than one classes with the same name under the same package. It is not possible. That I have shown you practically already. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, can a method call itself in Java? The answer is yes. A method in Java can call itself. You don't have to call another method. A method in Java can call itself. And there is a name for this concept, guys, that is recursion. Okay, recursion. So method calling itself in Java is called as recursion, guys. And using this recursion, we can solve a lot of problems that cannot be solved without a method calling itself. So one such kind of example or problem statement that I can show you or solve as part of practical demonstration in this session is finding the factorial of a number. To get the answer for the factorial of a number using the Java programs, we have to make a method call itself using the concept known as recursion. So let me demonstrate that so that you will understand the answer that yes, in Java, a method can call itself. Okay, with all this practical demonstration, you will get the answer as yes, guys. So for that, I'll switch to the Eclipse ID and going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as class 3, let's say. And here I'm going to create a main method. Okay, the main method is the method from the execution generally starts. So once the class is created, inside that main method got created, Here I'll create one more method, guys. Okay, one more method to calculate or find out the factorial of the number. Okay, I'll simply write on public void find factorial. Okay, find factorial is the name of the method I'm giving. You can give any name for this. It's a user-defined name. The way that I have given the user-defined name for the class name, similarly, I give a user-defined name for this method name. And to this, we have to pass the number for which we have to find the factorial of. Okay, for this particular method, we have to pass the number for which we have to find the factorial of. So here, from the main method, let's say int number is equal to, I'll decide the number. Let's say if I decide the number as 5, we have to find the factorial of the number 5. How can the factorial of the number can be found? This 5 value I have to pass, I have to call this method, and this method will contain the logic which will find the factorial of the number. So for that, I'll call this method, guys. From the main method, I'll call this method. Okay, from this main method, I'll call this method. From the main method, I'll call this method. So, and while calling the method, I'll just pass the number here. Okay. There is number, current number is 5, guys. Okay. That number 5 I'll call. I'll pass as an argument. This number 5 I'm passing as an argument. 5. Fine. So here, find factorial cannot make a static reference. You have to make this static case because main method is static. So this method also should be static if you want to directly call it. So that's the reason we got that error. Find factorial and number is there. Okay. So, and here we are passing the number and find factorial of this particular 5 will go here. And whatever the logic will write will, find the factorial of the number. So I'll write down something. If that particular number is equal to 0. Okay. If this particular number, this parameter is passed with the number 0, then this particular method should return 1. Okay. Otherwise, if you multiply with 0, right, it will come 0. So we have to return 1. And the return type is in number, integer format. So let's just keep it int. Return type, you just make it int. And here else, if it is not, if the number is not 0, then what we have to do? If the number is not 0, then we have to return it as number into number multiplied by, again I have to make this particular method call itself factorial of number minus 1. So what exactly is this factorial concept that I'm going to explain? Okay, I'm going to write the program for example, if you have to find the factorial of a number 5, let's say in Java, if you have to find the factorial of a number 5, then it will be something like this, guys. Okay, then it will be something like this. If you pass 5 into 4 into 5 minus 1 is what? 4. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. 3 into 2 into 1. Last number should be 1. It should not be 0, guys. Okay, it should not be 0 anymore. If you multiply by 0, what will happen? It will result in 0. That's why 0 is not allowed. If 0 comes, we'll return the 1. Okay, final case. 5 into 4 into 3 into 1. That is 5 for the 20, 20, 3 is a 60, 60 to the 120. We should get the output as 120, guys. Okay, we should get the output as 120. So here return number into factorial of number minus 1. Put a semicolon here. That's it. So how the program will work, I'll tell you. The execution will start from the main method and the number we are giving it as 5. We want to find the factorial of the number 5. So find factorial of 5. So this method will be called and 5 will be passed into this num. So if num is equal to 0, is 5 equal to 0? No. So this if block will not be executed. So return 1 will not happen, guys. Then this return statement will be executed where num into, that is number is what? 5. 5 into find factorial of. So here you see, I'll put a comment here. 5 into this find factorial of fact of, I'll just make it small. Instead of, I cannot write find factorial big one, right? Factorial of 5 minus 1 is how much? 4. So this find factorial of 4 is calling itself, you see. This particular method is calling itself. So what will happen in this case? So this method will be again called with the number 4. Okay, this particular thing is passing 4 here. So if number 4 is equal to 0, no, then return 4 into find factorial of 3. This will be replaced by return 4 into factorial of 3. Okay, like this it will happen. Find factorial of 3. That means here 5 into 4 already came. This find factorial of 3 is being called. The same method is calling by itself. This is called as recursion in Java. And here 3 is equal to 0 is false again. Here return number is what? Return number into Okay, return number into 3 came, right? Here in this place, instead of fact of, for fact of 3, what is being written? 3 into fact of 2 is being written. Okay. This part is being written when you call this, right? The return type of this function is, number into 3 into fact of 2. Now find factorial of 2 is being called. 2 will go here. 2 is not equal to 0. So hence no return 1 will happen. Return for this fact of 2, what will be written? 2 into fact of 2 will be written as 2 into find factorial of 1. Fact of 1. Okay, find fact of 1. This will be the case. Now, this find factorial of 1, 1 will go here, 1 is not equal to 0. Again, written 1 into find fact of 1 minus 1, 0. Here it will become 1 into, here it will become 1 into, the return type will be, it is returning 1 into fact of 0. Now finally 0 came. Now here 0 will be passed. So 0 is equal to 0 is 2. It will return 1. So in place of fact of 0, 1 will be returned. So what will be the output? Finally, to the initial one, when you pass it 5, right? It calculates this one, 5 into 4 into 3. 5 for the 20, 23 is a 23 is a 60, 62 is a 120. 120 into 1 is 120, and 120 into 120 into 1 is 120. Okay, the output will be 120. 120 should be returned back to whom? This is a return statement. Who is calling actually find factorial for the first time? This 120 will be passed back to the find factorial of number. Here we have to say factorial. Okay, factorial. System.out.println, because the return type of this method is int, the last return will be done. The solution result will be passed to this find factor first method calling statement, and later onwards the method is calling by itself. Okay, until it becomes 0. Okay, the fact of the find fact of 0 it becomes. Finally, it is returning 1, and then the output 120 is being passed to this find factorial, and here 120 will store and just print it out. The factorial of the number will be printed. Okay, 120. You can make it better, like factorial of number. What is the number here? We have plus this particular number. Okay, plus number. Here plus number is colon plus factorial. Like this you have to write it. You can format the print statement like this. Factorial of number is factorial like this. Run the code. Right click, run as Java application. You will see that factorial of number, that is 5 is. I can give a space here because here like this space, so that output will come better way. The factorial of number 5 is 120. We got the output as 120, guys. Okay, here also we can give a space if you want a better output. Okay, factorial of the number 5 is 120, and this only the solution of calculating the factorial of number is only possible because a method is calling itself. You see, inside the same method, we have a same method calling statement with the same name. Okay, a method is calling itself internally. This is called as recursion in Java, guys, and it's possible in Java for a method to call itself, and this concept is called as recursion. And one of the such kind of examples of the benefits of the recursion is finding the factorial of a number. Okay, so with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what will happen if we use this return keyword without returning anything from a Java method? The answer is, method execution will stop when such return statement gets encountered inside a method. Okay, the method execution will stop there itself because there is a return statement inside that particular method which is actually not returning anything. Okay, in such kind of cases, the method execution will stop when such kind of return keyword statement which is not returning anything is encountered inside a method. Let me practically demonstrate this and prove you with an example. So for that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID and create a new class. I'll just name this class with some random name, say class 4. This program will give you the answer, guys. Okay, if you follow this program, you'll get the answer for that question. I'll create a main method also inside that class. Now here, I'll create another method, that is public static void sample method. Okay, I'm just creating a sample method. Now, from the main method, I would like to call this sample method here. Okay, simple words. Now inside the sample method, let's say I'll write some for loop for int I is equal to 1 I less than or equal to 10, then I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus. Like this, I'll create a program and create a for loop. Okay. Now, inside this for loop, I'll write some statement like this. If I is equal to double equal to 6, then I'm going to mention a return statement which actually doesn't return anything. Just normal return keyword is there. After this return, I'm not returning anything. I'm just ending the return statement with a semicolon symbol. That's all. Okay. Now here inside this for loop, along with this if block, I also will write a print statement which will print the value of I. Now, if I run the code, what will be the output? If you get the output, if you are able to understand the output for this program, you will understand the purpose of this return keyword, which is not actually returning anything. You see, return type is still void here. I'm just using the return for a purpose here. So what will happen? Let me explain. The execution will start from the main method and sample method will be called. Control will go to the sample method. Execution will continue here and for loop will come. Int I is equal to 1. I is now 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. We'll go inside this for loop. And here 1 equal to 6 is false. So return keyword will not be encountered. Will not go inside the if block. Return keyword will be skipped. Hence, the one value 1 will be printed in the output. Okay, here 1 will be printed. Then in the next iteration, I plus plus will happen where I will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 10 is again true. 2 is equal to 6 is false. So this return keyword is not encountered yet. So 2 also will be printed now. Now I becomes 3. Again, condition is true. 3 less than or equal to 10 is true. 3 equal to 6 is again false. The return keyword or return statement will not be executed. So system.out.println 3 will be printed. Now I'll become 4. 4 less than or equal to 10 is true. And we'll go inside this for loop. And 4 equal to 6 is false. So return keyword will not be executed. So system.out.println I will be printed. That is 4 will be printed. Then I will become 5. 5 less than or equal to 10 is true. So 5 equal to 6 is false again. So this return keyword will not be executed. So system.out.println 5 will be printed. Now I finally becomes 6. 6 less than or equal to 10 is true. We'll go inside this for loop. Now 6 equal to 6 is also true. Now for the first time we are going inside the if block where return statement without returning anything is there. The return statement or return keyword which is not actually returning anything is there. Because of this return keyword got encountered, the method execution will abruptly stop there itself. Okay, the method execution will not continue anymore. Okay, we'll come out of this method, guys. We'll simply come out of the method when the return statement which is not returning anything is encountered. Will come out of this method, and that's what is the output. 1 2 3 4 5 only will be printed. Till 10 it will not be printed. Okay, when I become 6, return keyword got executed, method execution will stop. That's it. Okay, run the code and observe that you'll see 1 2 3 4 5 will get printed in the output console. Okay, so with this you should be able to understand the answer for this question. What will happen if you use return keyword or return statement which is not returning anything inside a Java method? The method execution will stop there itself. Okay, when such return statement encounters, okay, the method's execution will stop. That's it. That's the end of the method execution. Okay, so with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what is recursion in Java? Let me answer. Recursion in Java is nothing but a method calling itself. Okay? In Java, if a particular method is calling itself, then that concept is known as recursion. So let me practically demonstrate this with an example how a method can call itself. So I'll take an example to practically demonstrate this. Like that is finding the factorial of a number. Okay, for that we need to use this recursion mechanism where a method need to call itself in Java. Okay, to achieve the result. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll just name this class as class 5. So we'll create a main method inside this class 5. And here, I would like to find the factorial of a number. I'll just create a number here. Int number is equal to, let's say, 5. I would like to find the factorial of this number 5, let's say. Okay. Now, to find the factorial of this number, I'll create a method public static void find factorial. Okay. I'm just giving some user defined name. Okay, so you can give any name here. I'm just giving find factorial as a name. And here, this particular thing will receive a number. Okay. So now I just need to pass this number to this particular method as an argument for this particular parameter of this method, so that by using that number received into the parameter, this particular method is going to find the factorial of that number. I'll simply call this method find factorial, and I'll just pass this number here inside this as an argument while calling this method. This method will be called find factorial method will be called. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to write some logic here to find the factorial of the number. If this number, okay, the argument that is received here is double equal to 0, in that case, I have to return 1. I just written 1 here, okay? Otherwise, I don't have to return. I have to return some other thing, okay? Instead of returning 1 in that case, I'm going to return some other thing. That is return this number into find fact of and factorial of number minus 1. So to find the factorial of the number, I have to write a code in such a way that the same method is calling itself. You see, this is a method calling statement. This is a method calling statement which is calling the same method in which it is written. Okay, this statement is inside this method and it is calling the same method only. This kind of concept is called as recursion, guys. This is what is called as recursion. Since some number is being returned in integer format, I'll just type int here so that the errors will be gone. Now the thing here is how this program is going to work. Okay, before the program works, I'll tell you what is the factorial of this number 5. Okay, the factorial of this number 5 is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so if you have to find the factorial of this number 5, you have to multiply that 5 with the number less than 5, that is 4. After that, you have to multiply the result with a number less than this 4, that is 3. And after that, you have to multiply this result with a number less than 3, that is 2. And the result of this, you have to multiply with a number that is less than 2, that is 1. When it becomes 0, I am doing what? When the number becomes 0, I am returning 1. But when the number is not 0, then I am returning number into, I am calling the same method itself in which it is, you see, the method calling statement is calling the same method. A method calling itself is called as recursion, guys. So how this logic will work and how it will find the factorial of the number, I am going to explain now. That is, the execution will start from the main method. Here, int number is equal to 5. Find factorial of 5. Okay, this method will be called and 5 will be passed on to this num. So if that num is double equal to 0, 5 is equal to 0 is false. So it will not return 1 in this case. It will not go inside the block, rather return 5 multiplied by, the result will be like this, guys. 5 multiplied by find factorial of 5 minus 1, that is 4. Okay, here it will be like find factorial of 5 minus 1. So here this particular method calling statement is calling the same method, and this time it is passing 5 minus 1, that is 4. Find factorial of 5 minus 1, that is 4. So this will call this method, and again here number 4 will be there, which is not equal to 0, hence 1 will not be written. Rather, it will return you as a return type of this particular thing. It will return you number into, okay, in place of this it will be like 4 into, okay, 4 into find factorial of 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is how much? 4 minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. So when this particular thing is being called, the same method is calling itself and is passing 3. If number 3 is equal to 0, again, this will not happen. So return, it will return you as a return type of this method calling statement. You will get number into, that is 3 into find factorial. Okay, 3 into find factorial of 3 minus 1. Okay, here number minus 1, that is 3 minus 1. This will happen. Now this method is calling itself as part of recursion, and here 3 minus 1 is 2. Find factorial of 2. 2 will go here. 2 is not equal to 0. It will not return 1. Rather, it will return number into as a return of this particular thing, it will return 2 into find factorial of number minus 1, that is 2 minus 1. This is going to happen. So this is nothing but 1. Okay, find factorial of 1. The same method is being called by itself. So 1 will be passed. 1 is not equal to 0. This is not going to happen, and return number into, that is 1 into, okay, 1 into, so 1 multiplied by, again find factorial of 1, that is number is 1. 1 minus 1 is how much? 1 minus 1 is 0. So this time the same method as part of recursion will be called by itself. The number is 0. Now this time number 0 is equal to 0 is true. It will return 1. So as a return type, it will return 1, guys. Okay. So now 5 into 4 is 20. 20 into 3 is 60. 60 into 2 is 120. 120 into 1 is 120. 120 into 1 is 120. This 120 number will be returned to the, okay, this 120 number will be returned, okay, as a return. It will be returned to the method which has called this particular method. Okay, this is the thing that has called this method. So that 120 will go into this as a return type of this find factorial. If you over the mouse, you see int return type is there. Here I'll say int factorial is equal to, and print out that number, system.out.println factorial. Okay, now if you run this code, you will see that 120 will be the factorial of this number 5. That is 120 will be printed. I can make it format in a better way. Factorial of number, that is this plus number, this plus number plus is plus, okay, is factorial. That's it. Okay, now I run this code and I'll get the output. Factorial of the number 5 is 120 will be printed in the output. Factorial of number 5 is 120 will be printed in the output, guys. So here, as you can see in this example program, a method is calling itself. Okay, here find factorial method is called by itself only. Okay, until the exit comes, it calls itself, and until it gives the factorial of the number, it keeps calling itself. And this process is called as recursion in Java. So what is recursion in Java? With practical demonstration, I've answered this question with the example of finding a factorial of a number where a method is calling itself. So recursion in Java is nothing but a method calling itself. Okay, if you find a method which is being called by itself, use a method calling statement, then that concept is called as recursion in Java. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain length predefined method of string class in Java. Let me answer. There are a lot of predefined methods of the string class, and length predefined method is one of the methods of the string class. Okay, and using this length predefined method, we can find the size of the string text in Java. Let me practically demonstrate this one so that you'll be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll right click on this package and select a new class. I'll just name this class with some random name, say class 6 for example. And I'll select the main method. Inside the main method, I can create the string. Okay, I'll create a string. Okay, string name is equal to like this. I'll give my name, guys. Arun Motori is my name. I'll give this name. Now, I would like to find the size of this particular text, which is assigned to this name object reference of the string class. And there is a predefined method in the string class known as length predefined method. Length predefined method. Name dot length you have to say, guys. Okay, name dot length. So when you call this method, guys, name dot length predefined method, when you call this particular length predefined method of the string class, will find out the size of the string text and return you here int string, or otherwise I'll say size. Okay, just give s or something, otherwise give s, guys. Okay, if it is so complicated. Okay, let's not make it complicated. Name dot length will find the size of this particular string text and store into this integer variable s. Now let me print out that variable s to see what is the size of the string text. Okay, so I can write a formatted print statement here. The size of string text colon plus this particular name, sorry, the size of string text colon, what is the name guys? Plus this particular name, copy this name and paste it here and say plus is this yes, you have to print this yes, right? Just plus yes, you have to say right there. That's it. Okay. And using the length predefined method, we are able to find the size of this particular string text. And what is the size? Let's find it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, including space. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 should be printed, guys, in the output. The size of the string text Arun Motori is 12 should be printed in the output. So there is some error it is saying. I don't see any error. So sometimes it's a temporary glitch kind of stuff will happen where, just close this class and open this again. The error, maybe some extra thing has come here, which was not visible before restarting this class. Now run the code, you will get the output properly. The size of the string text Arun Motori is 12. You see, using the length predefined method, we can find the size of the string text in Java. So hope guys with practical demonstration, you got the answer for this question, that is explain length method of string class in Java. Length predefined method of the string class in Java is used to find the size of a string. Okay, as shown in the practical demonstration. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain how to concatenate multiple strings in Java using this plus operator symbol. Let me answer. Using plus operator symbol in Java, we can concatenate not just two strings, but more than two also. Okay. Two or more than two strings can be concatenated with the help of plus operator symbol in Java. Let me practically demonstrate this so that you will be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. That is how to use a plus operator symbol or plus operator for concatenating two or more than two strings in Java. Okay. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE as part of practical demonstration and create a new class, guys. I'll just name this class as class 7, guys. And with main method, finish. Once I do that, here I'm going to create string, string first name, let's say. First name is equal to, I'll just give Arun as a first name. This is one string, and I'll create one more string, string last name. Let's say it is Motori. Now, I want to say string full name is equal to, I'll use a plus as a concatenation operator now. Arun. Instead of Arun, I'll write the first name. Okay, first name plus, I'm using this plus as a concatenation operator. First name is having the string literal text. So here plus will not act like an addition operator. When some string text is there, the plus will be acting like an concatenation operator that I will concatenate with a space. Okay, some string text space and plus I'll give the last name. Now I have used plus symbol multiple times. You see more than two string texts are there here. String literals are there and this plus will act like a concatenation operator from left side to the right side. That means from the left side, first name, that is Arun text will be concatenated with this space. Arun space will be habit. Arun space will become, the result will be Arun space. And Arun space text will be concatenated with the last name, that is Motori. Arun space Motori will be the full name, which will be assigned. Arun space Motori will be the full name. Now let me print it out. Okay. Here also I can use plus operator. The concatenation of plus this first name. I can use the plus operator. In the print statements also, we can use plus as a concatenation operator, first name, and plus this last name, plus is colon. Here I'll write down plus this full name. Okay. Here also I'm using a lot of plus symbols, which are acting like a concatenation operator also. In the print statement also, I'm writing a concatenation operator. So how this will work? The concatenation of, here I have to write first name, that's correct. This is string text will be concatenated to the first name, that is Arun, and last name plus is plus full name. So there's a problem here. There is some problem coming. Let me save this and see if the problem exists. Okay. So there is a curly brace missing here, guys. It's gone somewhere. After this, I'll just write down. Okay. I think this is good. Okay, this is good now. Save this and now run the code. You see, I have used plus as a concatenation operator, not only for joining this first name and last name here, but also here in the print statement also, I concatenated this string text with this first name and then this concatenation of first name, that is Arun, and is concatenated Moturi is plus full name means Arun Moturi, Arun space Moturi will come. Run the code and you will see the power of the concatenation using the plus operator here. You see concatenation of Arun and Moturi is Arun Moturi. Okay. So like this, you can use plus operator not only outside but also inside the print statement to concatenate two or more than two string texts in Java. So with practical demonstration, hope you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain concat method of string class in Java. Let me answer. Using concat method of string class, we can concatenate multiple strings in Java. Let me practically demonstrate how to use this concat predefined method of the string class in order to concatenate multiple strings in Java. For that, I'll switch to the Eclipse IDE. Here in the Eclipse IDE, I'm going to create a new class. I'll just take a very basic example here using the concat method, which is a predefined method of the string class in order to concatenate multiple string text. Okay. For that, I'll just create a random class name, let's say class 8, main method. Inside the main method, I'm going to create multiple strings. String, let's say first name is equal to, let's say Arun. Okay. Then string last name is equal to, I'll give motor. Now, I would like to concatenate these two strings so that it will become a full name, guys. Okay, I would like to make these two things, use these two strings to form a full name. For that, what I will do is I simply say first name dot concat. There's a method, okay? Whatever the string that you want to concatenate with, say concat, and I would like to concat the first name, that is Arun text, with some space, guys. Okay, first I would like to concat that with the space, and the result of this concat function is also a string, as you see. Over the mouse on the concat it is written in string. So I can directly say again dot concat, okay, dot concat, and here I would like to concatenate that with the last name, okay. First name concat space, first name will be concatenated with the space, and first name space will be concatenated with this last name. I'll copy paste here, and the result will be in the string format. The string I'll store in the full name, let's say full name variable, full name object reference you can call. And here I would like to print it out. System.out.println. Okay. So I'll write down here like concatenation of plus first name plus and this last name and plus last name is, I'll write down is this full name. Okay, that is the result. Plus full name. That's it. Now run the code and observe that the concatenated full name, that is Arun space Moturi, will be printed. Concatenation of Arun and Moturi is what? Arun space Moturi. This is a concatenated string text. By concatenating this Arun with some space and space with this last name, we got this output, guys, Arun space Moturi. So hope, guys, with practical demonstration, you got the answer for this question. That is explain concat method of string class in Java. As I mentioned or explain you practically in this session, concat method of string class can be used to concatenate multiple strings in Java, the way I have shown practically in this session. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain substring method of string class in Java. Let me answer. In Java, for the string class, there is a predefined method known as substring. Okay, there is no one method called a substring. There are two overloaded methods instead. Okay, substring of begin index substring of begin index comma end index. Like that, with the same name, we have two overloaded methods with the name substring for the string class in Java. Using this, any of these methods, we can retrieve a portion of a particular string text. Okay, some portion of the string text, if you want to retrieve, we can use a substring method of the string class in Java, and using that, we can retrieve the portion of the string text. Let me practically demonstrate how to use both of these overloaded substring methods of the string class in order to retrieve the portion of the string text. So for that practical demonstration, I'm going to switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here, I'm going to create a new class, guys. I'm going to create a new class. I'll right click here and select new class. I'll just name this as some random name. Let's say class 9, let's say, and with main method. And here, I'm going to create, string. Let's say str is equal to, I'll say Arun Motori. Okay. Now, I would like to retrieve a portion of that particular text. Let's say I would like to retrieve this run Motori here. Okay. So instead of the first letter, from the second letter onwards till the end of the text, I want to retrieve the text. So what I have to do here is, or I want to retrieve the last name here. Okay. From this entire text, I would like to retrieve the last name. Let's say Motori, I want to retrieve. So what I will do is I will simply say str dot substring. When I type substring, you see two overloaded methods are coming. These two overloaded methods having the same name belong to the same string class. In one of the overloaded method, you have to pass only the begin index from where you want to cut the portion of the string till the end of the string. Whereas in the second, you have to provide not only the begin index, but also the end index to specify the exact portion of the string text out of this entire text that you want to retrieve as a portion. Now I'll say substring of 0 here, say semicolon here, and here I have to provide the index, guys. So from where you want to cut the string, okay? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From fifth index onwards to the end of the string text I want to retrieve. So I'll give 5 here. Okay, I'll give 5 here. So this will return you the last name, string last name. Okay, from that full name, I'm returning the last name. Okay, otherwise I'll give full name here. And here I'll say full name dot, I would like to retrieve a portion of the string text, which is the last name. Into this, I would like to print out the last name. Let's see whether the last name has been retrieved or not. Okay, system.out.println. I'll just print out the last name. Now run the code and observe that the last name will be printed. Okay, last name Motori has to be printed. You see, we were able to successfully retrieve a portion of the string text from here to here using the begin index. Yum is at the index 5 till the end of the text it will take. Or there may be some situations where you want to retrieve some portion of the text. Let's say I would like to retrieve this RUN. Only these 3 letters I want to retrieve. So what I will do here is, I'll say full name dot substring. Here I'll take the another overloaded method, guys. The second overloaded method of the substring, that is, here I'll put the begin index from where I want to retrieve the portion. 0, 1. R is at the index 1. I'll give 1. And after that, have to give the number of positions from the beginning of the string text. Okay, it's not the end index. Though the definition says that it is an end index, we have to provide. When I hover the mouse on the substring, it's not coming. When I hover the mouse on the substring, here it will say that you have to provide the end index. You have to provide end index here, but it's not end index, guys. It's a position. So from the beginning, just count the position. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Till 4 I want. So give 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't count index, guys. If you count index for this big end index, 0, 1, 2, 3 you will give, RU will be retrieved. Okay. If you want RUN from this Arun, then you have to give 1, 4. 1 is the begin index, 0, 1. But 4 is a position, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 till N. Okay. From R to N, it will be retrieved. So here string str is equal to system.out.println. I'll just print out that str, that is a substring portion, which is giving the begin index and end index position here. It's not the index, actually it's a position. Okay. Run the code, RUN will be printed, retrieved and printed. You see, RUN portion of the entire string text has been retrieved. So using this overloaded methods of the substring, that is substring of begin index, substring of begin and end index, we can retrieve the portion of the string text of the entire string text, guys. So hope, guys, with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. That is, explain substring method of string class in Java. There are 2 overloaded methods for the substring methods of string class in Java. And using any of this, we can retrieve the portion of the string text. First overloaded method, you have to only provide the begin index till the end of that string text, where the second substring overloaded method, you have to pass begin index and end index position, guys. Okay. By doing that, we can retrieve a portion of the entire string text, and we can print them, retrieve them, and using the print statements, we can print the result of the substrings in the output, okay, to see whether we have properly retrieved the portion of the string text or not, as demonstrated in the practical demonstration of this session. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, how to convert a string text to an uppercase in Java. Let me answer. In Java, we have a predefined method of the string class known as toUpperCase method. Using this predefined method toUpperCase method of the string class, we can convert a string text to an uppercase text in Java. Let me practically demonstrate this for you. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID and create a new class. Right click here and select create a new class. I'll just name this class as class 10 with the main method. Click on finish. And inside the main method, I'm going to write some string text. Okay. String str is equal to, I'll write some text. My name is Arun Motori. As you can see, all the letters in this particular text string text are not in uppercase, complete uppercase. Few letters are in uppercase, few letters are in lowercase. But what if I want to convert this entire string text into the uppercase? Then I have to use a predefined method of the string class using the object reference of the string class, that is str dot to uppercase. Okay, I have to call this method str dot to uppercase. Like this, you have to use this method. And this to uppercase method will return you the string after converting that into uppercase. Upper str, okay? Upper str is equal to, and print this out, system.out.println. After converting this string text into the complete uppercase, if you print it out, upper str, you will get the output. Right click run as Java application. You will see that the entire text will be converted to uppercase and printed. Every letter of this particular text, M, Y, N, A, M, E, is, Arun, Motori, everything, every text got converted into uppercase and got printed in the output console, guys, in the uppercase. So this is how, guys, we can use to uppercase method, predefined method of the string class to convert a string text to an uppercase, to complete uppercase in Java. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you in this session. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, how to convert a string text to lowercase in Java. Let me answer. In order to convert a string text to lowercase, complete lowercase in Java, we have to use a predefined method of the string class known as toLowerCase method, using which we can convert the string text, which can be in uppercase or mixed case, to complete lowercase. Let me practically demonstrate how to use this toLowerCase method for doing the same. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse ID. Here, I'm going to create a new class. Right click on this package and create a new class. And I'll name this class as class 11. Class 11, some random name. And with main method, and click on finish. And here a class with the name class 11 with some random name and main method will be created. Now I'll create some string text, guys, okay? And create some string. String str is equal to, my name is Arun Motori. Like this, I'll write some string text. As you can see, not the complete letters are in uppercase or not the complete letters are in lowercase. It is a mixed case actually. They are in mixed case. I would like to convert this complete text into complete lowercase. For that, what I have to do is, I have to use the object reference str dot, I have to call a method known as toLowerCase method. Okay. In for string class, there is one of the predefined method known as toLowerCase. Using the object reference of the string class, you have to call this method. And this toLowerCase will convert this entire text, whether it is in upper letters or lower letters, will convert into the complete lowercase and written in the form of a string. String, okay. String s is equal to, I'll say, string s is equal to, okay. The resultant converted lowercase string text of this entire text will be stored in this variable s, and I would like to print it out. System.out.println, yes, I'll say, and I'll run the code. I right click run as Java application. The moment we do that, the program will be executed and in the output will get the text converted into complete lowercase, guys. As you can see here M is in capital letter, but here it's converted into lowercase, okay? Here Arun Motori, A and M are in capital. They also got converted into complete lowercase. Complete text in this given string text got converted into the complete lowercase. Each and every letter got, whether it is in upper or lower, has been converted into the lowercase and printed. Okay. So this is how we can use two lowercase method of the string predefined class in Java to convert any string text, whether it may be in uppercase or mixed case, to complete lowercase text. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain replace method of string predefined class in Java. Let me answer. Using this replace predefined method of the string class, we can replace some text in the string text with some other desired text. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate this. There are several predefined methods for the string class where replace method is one of them, and it can be used for replacing some portion of the text with your desired text in the text given. Okay. So after practical demonstration, you will be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to the Eclipse IDE and create a new class with some random name. You can give any name here. I'm just giving like a class 12 here. And I'll create a main method. Click on finish. And you will see that class 12 will be created with the main method. Inside the main method, I'll create a string. Okay. str is equal to, I'll say, I love Python programming. Okay, this is what is the text given. Put a semicolon here. Here I created a string text saying I love Python programming. Now what I want to do is, in this entire text, I would like to replace this Python with Java. Okay, I want to replace this Python with Java. For that, I have to use str dot. I'll call the replace method, and here there are overloaded methods are there. If you go with this, there are two overloaded methods for replace. If you say replace, you say replace of old character with new character, or character sequence with new character sequence. Okay, that means string with string, you can do that. So any of the variation you take, replace, and here provide the text in double quotes. In double quotes, you write, put a semicolon here. In the first one, provide this Python. Wherever the Python comes in this particular string text, replace that with Java. Now this replace method, after changing the Python encountered anywhere in this text and replacing that with Java, right? It will give you some return string text. I'll say string s is equal to. So I'll print out system.out.println s. You will see that instead of I love Python programming getting printed in the output, Python in this text will be replaced with Java, and a new statement will be created saying I love Java programming, and will be stored into this s, and I can print it out. So I love Java programming will be printed in the output. This is how you can use replace method to replace some portion of the string text in this given string text into desired text, like Python to Java, whatever I have done so far here. Okay. Instead of I love Python programming, I love Java programming got printed. Similarly, there is one more overloaded method, right? There is one more overloaded method, as you can see here. That is str dot replace. str dot replace. Here I'll write down. So what is that other overloaded method we have? Replace, when you type here, you see old character with new character. Okay. So I'll give single characters. Here also single character, I'll say. Put a semicolon here. Let's see whether this is work. I don't know whether it will work. Over the mouse. Let me try it again. Sorry. S dot str dot replace char old char new char is there. I think it should work. What is the old character? For example, the old character is I'll take some character out of this. Let's say I'll take some O here. O. Okay. I will replace O with I. Let's see whether this will work. I'll give O here, and I would like to replace that with I. Wherever O encounters, I have to replace that with I. Not only string to string, string can be replaced with some other string text, but rather we can also replace some character with some other character also. There is some overloaded method for the replace method, which will do that. Okay. To return you the string t is equal to, I'll say, I'll print out this. Wherever O is there in that entire text, that will be converted to I. I'll print it out. So here I, instead of love, it will give live, L-I-V-E. In place of O, I will come. Instead of Python, Python will come. And instead of programming, trigramming will come. Okay, let's see whether that is happening or not. You see, I leave Python programming. Okay, wherever O is encountered, that O is getting replaced with a character known as I. Either you can replace a string text with another string text in this particular text using this replace method, or you can replace a character with another character. These are the two use cases of the replace method. There are two overloaded methods for the string predefined class. Replace method is two replace methods are there, which are overloaded methods. In one of the overloaded method, you can convert one string to another string. In another overloaded method, you can convert character in this particular string text to another character. You can replace one character with another character. Okay. You can replace the spaces with hyphen, whatever you want. Okay. You can do anything. So here instead of O with I, you can say replace that space with hyphen symbol. Okay. Let's see what will happen. Wherever space is there in this particular text, hyphen will come. I hyphen love hyphen Python hyphen programming. Okay, wherever space is there, how a hyphen is coming. Like that we can use. Okay. So with this practical demonstration, hope you got an answer for this question, that is explain replace method of string class in Java. Using this replace predefined, one of the predefined methods of the string class, we can either replace some text with other text, or we can also be used to replace a character in string text with another character. This is also possible using the two overloaded methods are there for this different purposes. So with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain trim method of string class in Java. Let me answer. String class in Java has a lot of predefined methods where trim method is one of them. And using this trim method of the string predefined class, we can remove the leading and trailing spaces of the given string text. If there are some leading spaces before the given string, and if there are any trailing spaces after the given string text, we can remove them using this trim method. So let me practically demonstrate how to remove the leading and trailing spaces of the given string text using the trim method of string class in Java. So after the practical demonstration, you'll be able to understand this particular answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID and create a new class. While creating a class, I'll give some random name. I'll say class. I'll give some name like 13, some random name with main method I'll create. And I'm going to create a string and assign some text to this particular string in such a way that here I'll give my name. Let's say Arun Moturi I'll give. But this particular text here in this example doesn't have any leading or trailing spaces. I'll add some leading spaces here. So intentionally, I added some leading spaces here. And after the string text, I'm adding some trailing spaces. These are the leading spaces. These are the trailing spaces. If I directly print the string as it is without trimming it, if I print this str, the string text Arun space Moturi will be printed along with this leading and trailing spaces. Run this code, observe that without the trim method as it is, with the leading and trailing spaces, the string text will be printed. But what if I want to trim this leading and trailing spaces before printing? For that, what I'll do is I'll use this object reference of the string class and call trim method. So once I call this trim method will remove the leading spaces and also the trailing spaces. Okay. So the remaining portion, this Arun space Moturi will be returned. Okay, here middle space will not be removed, guys. Only the leading spaces and only the trailing spaces will be removed, and the space that is coming between this first name and last name will not be removed. So here I'll resultant string I'll store into S and I'll print it out. Okay. So before trimming and after trimming, before trimming this str along with the leading and trailing spaces will be printed. After trimming, this S without containing this with after removing the leading and trailing spaces will be printed. This middle space will not be removed, guys. That will not be considered as a leading or trailing space. Hence, it will not be removed. So you see here leading space, trailing space before removing. After removing the leading space, you see direct Arun Moturi is coming. After that also there is no space. In between space will not be removed by the trim method. It will only remove the leading and trailing spaces of the given string text. Hope guys you got the answer for this question with practical demonstration. Explain trim method of string class in Java. Using this one of the predefined methods of string class, that is trim method, we can remove the leading and trailing spaces of any given string text. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain split method of string class in Java. Let me answer. String class in Java has lot of predefined methods where split method is one of them. Using the split method, we can split a single string text into multiple strings or words based on some given regular expression. A single string text can be splitted into multiple words, that is string of array words. Okay, we can do that. So with practical demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use a split method of string class so that after practical demonstration, you will be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. Further, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE and here I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class with some random name, let's say class 14, and I'll also select this main method to be auto-generated. Inside the class, inside the main method, I'm going to write some string. Let's say string str is equal to, okay, string str is equal to, I'll write my name is Arun Motori. Okay, this is what the string text I have given. Now, this single string text, I would like to split into multiple words or multiple strings. For that, I have to use the object reference of the string class to call the method known as split method. Okay, split using some regular expression. Okay, here you have to provide the regular expression that you want to split this particular string text using. So I'll type it again, str dot split. You see, string regex regular expression you can give, guys. Okay, you can give the regular expression to split this. So here what I will give the regular expression is in double quotes, I'll give some space, guys. I'll give some space as a regular expression. Wherever the space encounters, okay, the words will be splitted into, the single text will be splitted into multiple words. You see, after my space is coming. So my will be converted to one word. Okay. And then after name, again, another space is coming. So name will be treated as second word. It will be splitted into multiple words wherever the space encounters if I use this regular expression as space in this split method. Hover the mouse on this and it will return you string array. String array SAR, string array elements. Okay. If I write print out system.out.println, if I print out system.out.println SAR of 0 at the index 0 of this string array, at the index 0 of the string array, first word will be there. That's my will be printed. If I run this code, only the first word, that is my, after splitting will be printed in the output. Now, if I say system.out.println SAR of 1 at the index 1, the second element of this string array, that is at the index 1, the second word will be there, which is splitted after space, right? So name will be there in the SAR of 1. Okay, run this code. You see, name will be printed. If I write down system.out.println SAR of 2 at the index 2, the third word is will be there. Run this, is will be printed as the third word. You see, similarly, system.out.println SAR of 3, here Arun will be retrieved and printed. Arun will be splitted here and stored into the fourth position of the string array and will be printed. And finally, system.out.println SAR of 4, the string array of 4. Here last word will be splitted and stored into the last element of the string array at the index 4, which is the fifth element. Okay, run this and observe that Motori, my last name, will be printed. Like this, we can split a single text into multiple words and convert that into string array using the split method. And in the split method, we have to provide the regular expression. For example, if you don't want to split using the space, you want to split using any other stuff, like let's say wherever the n encounters, the n encounters, there you want to split. That means my space will be splitted AME. Till here it will be one word. Till U it will be one word. Okay. After n again space motor will be another word. 3 words. Okay. So here only 3 words will come. We are not splitting using a space now. We are splitting using n now. You see 3 words will be printed. My space AMEARU, and wherever n comes it will split into multiple words. Okay. Like that, using this regular expressions regex we call, by providing that regex to the split method, we can split this single string text into multiple array of strings. So where you can access each and every word from that particular string array by using the index. Okay, so hope guys you got an idea how to use this. And if you use hyphen here, for example, in place of spaces, if you use hyphen here, and if you give hyphen as a regular expression here, it will split according to wherever a hyphen comes, it will split. This time I can copy this and I'll get multiple words, right? So here it is 3, 4, 5 total. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 4 is enough. 5 is not required. Okay. Run this code. You'll see my name is Arun Motor will be printed in multiple words. Okay. Splitted and printed in multiple words. So guys, with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. That is explain split method of string class in Java. Okay. Split method is one of the predefined methods of the string class, and it can be used to split a single string text into multiple strings with the help of the given regular expression. Okay. We have to mention the regular expression. Using that regular expression or regex, the single string text will be converted into multiple array of strings, and those you can access separately using the index of the array. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all. Welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain contains method of string class in Java. Let me answer. There are several predefined methods in string class, and contains method is one of them. And using this contains predefined method of the string class, we can find whether the given text is available in the string text or not. Let me practically demonstrate this so that you will be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE. So here in the Eclipse IDE, I'm going to create a new some random class under one of the package. Let's name this as class 15, let's say some random name, class 15. With main method, I will create, click on finish. So once that is done, once the class with some random name, any name you can give, and inside that main method got created, I'll create some string text. String str is equal to I love Java programming. Like this, I'll write some string text. Now, I'll use the predefined method of the string class, that is contains method, to check whether the given text is available in this particular string text or not. For example, I want to search for a text known as Java. I want like to check whether in this string text is Java text is available. As you can clearly see, Java is available here. So I'll just write like str.contains. In the contains, I'll provide the double quotes and provide the text that I would like to search in the string text. Okay, using the object reference of the string class, I'm calling this contains. In that, I'm providing this, I'm passing this Java text as an argument to this contains method. And the contains method will go and search for the string text, whether this particular text is available in this particular string text. If Java is available, since it is there, so the contains method will return true. Some Boolean value will be returned. Okay, Boolean status, I will say. Okay, Boolean status. Okay, whether it may be true or false. Status may be true or false. I'll write some logic here. If the status is true, if the Java is available in this particular string text, in the status true will be stored. If true means it will go inside the if block, and I would like to print out something like this: system.out.println item found. I'll just simply say item found, nothing more than that. Okay, I'll simply say item found. Else I will say else system.out.println item not found. If it is false means item not found should be printed. That's it, guys. This is what I would like to write the code for. Here contains function is used. It will check whether this Java text is available in this particular string text. If it is available, it will return true. If it is true, it will go inside the if block and it will print item found. If this Java text is not found here, it will go to the else block and return item not found. So in this case, when I run the program, item found will be printed. In the output, item found will be printed because Java is there. So what if I change it to Python or something? Is Python there in the about string text? No, Python is not there in the string text, so it will not find. So it will return false, Boolean value, false will be there, and if false, it will go to else block and item not found will be printed. Okay. So this is how we can use contains method, which is a predefined method of the string class to find or to search for the text in the given string text. So with practical demonstration, I'll answer this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain two-char array method of string class in Java. Let me answer. String class has a lot of predefined methods where two-char array method is one of them. Using this to-char array method of string class, we can convert a string text to an array of characters. Let me practically show you so that you can understand the answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE and create a new class. I'll just right click and select new class. I'll just name this class with some random name. Let's say class 16 and create a main method. And inside this main method, I'm going to create a string by assigning that string with some text. Let's say I'll just give some string like name is equal to, I'll give my first name, let's say Arun. Now, using this, one of the predefined class of the string known as to-char array. Okay, I'll just use this object reference of the string class and say to-char array. This method I'll call. So this to-char array method will convert this string text into an array of characters. The return type of this to-char array is character array, where each and every character of the string text will be saved into this character array as separate elements. A will be stored at index 0, R will be stored at index 1 of this character array, U will be stored at index 2 of the character array, and N will be stored at the index 3 of the character array, like that. Okay. So here I'll say, I'll just give CAR character array. Okay. Over the mouse on this, create local variable. You see character array got declared for this, which is the return type of the to-char array. Now I'll use something like for loop or something for int I is equal to 0, I less than the character array dot length variable, length predefined variable I plus plus. Now here I'll go inside the for loop and print out CAR of I. All the characters of this string text which got converted into this character array, which got converted and saved into this character array, will be printed now in the output. Right click run as Java application, and you will see that ARUL will be printed in the output. A character, R character, U character, N character. Okay. So to-char array method will read this string text and convert that into character array. I can iterate through that character array using the for loop or for each loop, whatever it is, and then print that in the output like this. Okay. So hope guys you got an idea what exactly is to-char array. Explain to-char array method of string class in Java. It can be used to convert some string text, given string text into an array of characters that you can retrieve and print in the output console using the print statements later. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.